Okay, hello children. So we come to the part 2 of unitary method. So in my earlier part you have seen I have done a direct variation. So if you have not seen my part 1 of the video, see it nicely 2-3 times, because this is very important topic of arithmetic, and in future you have this question coming in any competitive exam, okay, or management entrance exam, banking entrance exam. So please see this very nicely, and I have done by 2 method. If you see here also, I'll do it by 2 method. One is by unitary method concept, I'll show you. Second is by ratio method concept, I'll show you. In fact, why I am showing you ratio method, because this is, you will say, sir, unitary method chapter. Reason is ratio method gives you answer very fast. Here in class 7 we are doing 2 things only, hour and men. When you go to class 8 you will have 3 and 4 things. So there unitary method takes lot of step, but ratio takes 1 step. Okay, 1 step you can do, and it's not there in class 7. If you want to see when it comes in class 8, I'll put a video lesson on that. So this is very important, children. Remember, direct variation we have done. Indirect variation, what we have, you will see here, like time, man, day and all. So here first step is multiplication. You will see in my previous video, direct variation or direct proportion, we have division, and in second step there we had multiplication, here we have division. Just opposite, direct variation, division, multiplication, indirect multiplication, division. And main thing, children, you have to understand the logic. Okay, let us see. Then I'll tell you about my school life, what mistake I used to do in this chapter as a student of class 7 and 8. Okay, almost 30 years back. Okay, now see. Here we have a question 12. I have taken from your book, exercise 8A. If you see the question, it says, another very important thing I'll tell you over here is question 12. 5 men can paint a hall. 5 men can paint a hall. See, I've changed the order. 5 men can paint a hall in 18 hours. How many men will be able to complete in 10 hours? So 5 men paint a hall in 18 hours. So see, how many, okay, men. So men we have to find. Another very important thing of unitary method, what you have to find, this is also in hour. Men is your answer. How many men will be able to paint? Okay, because time is less. See, children, 18 hours you need 5 men. So definitely want to do the same work in 10 hours. 18 hours suppose they do in a day is a huge thing out of 24 hours. So you want to do it in 10 hours, but you have to employ more people. So lesser the time, more men is required. Hence it is indirect variation. Another thing that I'll explain to you when I am going to solve this sum. Another thing, how many men. So men here, actually if you see question, it is 5 men can paint. So I could have written 5 men can paint in 18 hours. But you see I have to find men. So what you have to find comes last. If there are 3 things, it will come last. Class 8 you will say there are 4 things. What you have to find will come at the end. Okay, now let us try to solve this by 2 method. So here we start 18 hours. If you want to do, you need 5 men. 5 men in 1 hour. Suppose unitary method means, so this is my method 1, children. This is my M1. What I have done in my previous video also, unitary method. This is the name of the chapter here, but what I am showing you here is by ratio method, because in some book they have done by both. So 18 hours you need 5 men. I want to do that work in 1 hour. So you won't divide. So as a student, this problem I had, I used to think first step division. No, you have to see whether it's direct variation or inverse. So 18 hours, 5 men. So what I used to do sometime without understanding the concept is 1 hour I used to write 5 by 18. Means less than men. 5 by 18 is not even 1 man. So you have to see 18 hours if they work. Okay, they are painting a big hall. 5 men are required. 18 hours they do. I want to do it in 1 hour. 1 hour I need more men. Okay, so here I can write Less time, children. Try to understand this. This I understood much later in class 8 or 9. Less time, more men. I hope you will understand it in class 7 only. I took class 8 or 9, then I understood properly what is happening here. Why multiplication in first step? Because in all the other sum I'll do, in part 3 of my video you will see I will solve more on direct variation. So I've done only, I remember, 2 sums. Okay, so there I'll do more sums on direct variation. Part 3 you will see. Okay, or now 1 hour I need more men, so 10 hour. Now see, less, I have more time. I don't want 1 hour to finish. 1 hour is too fast and I need 90 people, man. And please don't cancel here. Wait till we come to last step. Now 10 hour I want. Okay, summertime, if you have 10 hour, people can work. I need less men because time increases. I need 10 times less men. So here what can I write, men? More time. Acha, less time, more men means more. Here I taught you in my video, earlier video, is more means into. Less means division. So another thing you can remember, another thing you can note which I have taught you here, one very important concept. Anything more in unitary method, we have multiplication. This is not cross. And anything less, we have division. No subtraction, no addition here. So here you see more men, multiply. See the next part. More time. See here, first line you don't see. More time, less men. Okay, more time, less men. So less means division. More means into. Now you cancel. 2s are 9. So I need 9 men to do the same work if they are working for 10 hours. Okay. So you can pause the video and copy. This is unitary method. I'll show you same sum. So little bit slowly I am going, children, to make, this is a very conceptual part. Okay, so that's why I am going little slowly here, you will see. So please copy. I will show you same question, children, with proportion method. So please pause the video and copy. So here we go to the method 2, which is called method of proportion. See here. So if you have seen my earlier video, you have seen when direct variation, this is to this, I wrote this is to this. See here, we are doing indirect variation, children. Remember now, 18 men take 5 hours. When they work for 10 hours, we need X men. So when you write in ratio method, children, 18 is to 10, R is to hour this side. This is men is to men, but direct variation we did this is to this. Here we will do inverse. Okay, X will come first, then 5. Okay, so this is to this. Is not this is to this like direct variation. We inverse it because it is inverse variation. So one of the ratio and best the second we inverse it. Not 5 is to X, X is to 5. Once more. This is a question on indirect or inverse variation. What we do, if you have seen in earlier video direct method. Okay, I did this is to this, is this is to this. That was direct variation. One increases, other increases. One decreases, other decreases. Here one decreases, other will increase. One increases, other will decrease. So here this is to this, here we change the order. Not this is to this, X is to 5. Then solving, I have done a big video lesson on ratio and proportion. See that 5-6 video lesson. So product of mean, X is in the mean, product of mean is equal to product of extreme. So my X is 18 into 5. See children, the last step will come same, 18 into 5 by 10. So 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 2 9s are 18. So same answer you will get, children. And this is a shortcut method, especially when you do later on in your life. I told you for various exam proportion, because in exam generally they don't mention solve by this method or that method. So you have the freedom to choose any method, but if they say using unitary method, which I have never seen. So this is how we do by ratio method. Once more, this is to this is this is to this, this is to this is to this. Then as we solve, you please solve and you will get the same answer. Then we move on to next two questions. So please pause the video and copy, or you can take a screenshot also. So here we go to question number 14. So see here, in the olden days, this is a little historical question, they used to make a fort. Now in modern day warfare, fort has no role, it can be bombed by an aeroplane. Okay, so the kings, they used to make fort, and like our Lal Killa in Delhi, Red Fort. So there are many forts in India, especially during Mughal time you will see. There were a lot of forts, and before that also. So provisions means the king along with his all the soldiers and all, they used to have food, water and everything they used to keep in case the enemy attacks, and the fort used to have big walls, okay, very thick, very high, very strong walls, so that enemy cannot break into it. So a fort has a provision. So 360 men, maybe king along with his all soldiers and all, 360 men, the provision means they can stay inside without outside, going to the outside of the fort, because they used to close it, seal it for 21 days. Okay, now, so the question is for 360 men. So I hope you have understood. Provision means food, water and other necessary thing to what we use in our everyday life. So, and they were enclosed inside a fort. So there was no going out of the fort and coming inside the fort. If you have visited any fort, you will understand what I am saying. You ask your parents or go to the Google search and see what a fort is and how it used to help to keep the king protected from his enemies. So 360 men inside the fort can have provisions for 21 days. So question, if 60 more men come, so king thinks, okay, I need 60 more men to protect him or his kingdom more nicely. So how long this provision lasts? So food is not increasing, the water is not increasing, other essential item. So suppose 360 men for 21 days. Now listen, this is indirect variation, children. Remember both the question. Okay, we are doing on indirect or inverse indirect, okay, variation or proportion. Why indirect? Now you see 360 men, 21 days. One man, suppose you have, it's not possible to have only the king or anyone. It will last longer, children. Okay, it will last 360 into 21 days. But one thing is the food and all will spoil. This is almost a year. 365 days we have a year. So this is almost 20 years, not 21, around 20 years. So food will get spoiled. Within 3-4 months, rice and all get spoiled. But anyway, this is theory. One man can eat for these many days. Once more, 360 men for 21 days. One man. So I told you indirect variation, step 1, what we have? Step 1, we have multiplication. Okay, and in second step, we have division. Okay, so first step we have multiplication and second step we have division. So try to understand this. One man will eat for many days. Now there are 420 men. So 420 men will eat for less. So here as I was doing, this is not necessary what I am doing. Less men, okay, less men, more day. Got it? So more, see the next line means multiplication. Okay, more means multiplication here. This is not cross, this is into. Now next here, more men. 60 more men comes. More men. Less number of days. Okay, so this is your division. Now you cancel, it's quite easy. 6 6 are 36, 6 7 are 42, 7 3 are 21. So the food will last for 18 days only. So once more, 360 people, 21 days. More people, less day. And one very interesting thing I'll tell you over here, which I forgot in my direct variation. If you see product of these two, inverse variation, direct it is crisscross. Product of this two gives you product of this two. Okay, this is less, this is more, this is more, this is less. So these two products you can check later on. You can check later on in any inverse variation. If you get right answer, this into this is this into this. Okay, so for you to check, you can use calculator, or without calculator you try to do up to class 10, because calculator is allowed in class 11 and 12. And direct variation I forgot, which I'll show you in my next part of the video. This way they are equal, crisscross, this into this and this into this. So that again, if I remember, I'll teach you in the next part. Now same question, children, if I do by proportion method. So this was M1, I'm going a little faster now. M2, children, here I told you 360 men with men to 420. This upon this, here we change, let this be x. So we change the order, x is to 21. So if you want to see in proportion method, 360 is to 420 here, and this is 20, and let it be x number of days. The provision will last for 420 people. So here you see this is to this, and here we change the order because this is inverse. So ultimately you solve the product of the mean is equal to product of the extreme. So final step, children, will be same. If you see x is 21 into 360 by 420, which I have solved already as 18 days. So ratio method, which I told you is faster. This I have explained nicely because I am teaching ultimately unitary method, but here we are applying the concept of ratio. So this is to this is just inverse the ratio, then product of the mean is equal to product of the extreme. Ultimately this part, children, will be same. Okay, so here we go to the last question of this session. A car has speed this, it takes 18 minutes. When you increase the speed, children, so this you have to see where inverse variation. Okay, man day, speed, distance, time, this particular question. So you need to practice sometime, children, or as a student. I never understood where direct variation will be there or inverse variation. So what I used to do here, first step I used to divide like direct variation, and I used to go get wrong answer and okay, and lose marks. So here 70 kilometer car, if you are going, it takes 18 minutes. 84, you increase the speed, so time will be less. So this is inverse variation. So 1 hour it will go. Okay, if I speed, so see very interesting thing, 70 kilometer speed, okay, car goes that it reaches that distance in 18 minutes. I reduce it to 1 kilometer per hour, children. Very less speed, like a bullock cart. Even we walk 4 kilometer per hour. Okay, if we cycle and all, it's around 15 to 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, so suppose we are using a bullock cart, 1 kilometer per hour, it will take lot of time, and okay, you can change it into hour and see how many hours we need. Okay, because almost a day it will take 60 minutes is 1 hour. So this is a theoretical part we do when we find for 170 km per hour, it takes 18 minutes. 1 km per hour speed, it will take a lot of time. We are going very slowly. Now we increase the speed to 84. So 84, it will take less. So less means division. So here there is no space. You could have written here, listen what you will write. Less speed, more time. Less speed, more time. Here you will write more speed, less time, and less means we divide. So here we divide. You must be good at tables, as I told you. 14 6 are 14 5s are 6 3s are 18. So we get 15 minutes. The car will reach its destination. When the speed increases, time decreases. And second method, what I told you, 70 is to 84. Okay, so is x is to 18. This is suppose x is to 18. Okay, so once more, if you see what we have here, I am writing. Okay, 70, this is speed, 84, and this is time. Let this time be x. So 70 is to 84. Here we inverse. Direct variation, this is to this, this is to this, here we used to do. But here this is to this is to this. We inverse one of the thing. Now you know product of mean is equal to product of extreme. So ultimately, children, you will see we get the same last step. 70 into 18 by 84, and this will also give you 15 minutes. And one last thing, again I am reminding you, in inverse variation, this into this, so you get answer 15 minute. See the unit also, take care. So this into this is this into this. So direct variation, another thing is we have this into this and this into this in direct variation, crisscross. But inverse is this into this is this into this. Why I am telling you this, you can check your answer. And as I told you, this chapter has a lot of relevance in higher level exam, and only difference, children. Here I am taking 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you may take 5 minutes. This all question harder than this you have to do in 30-35 seconds. So when your concept is clear, when you do know different methods, when your class 5, 6, 7 concept is very clear, then you have a fair chance of succeeding in those examinations. So these all are needed later on, but anyway, if you try to understand, I know you are in class 7 and you can understand it very easily. If you have a problem, go back and see and please solve. Almost I have done out of 5 question in inverse variation 3 I have done. You please do the rest of the sum, and in my last part of the video lesson on unitary method, I will do more sums on direct variation. So thank you, children, for watching this session.